Harold's VIP. Thomas the Tank Engine loves his branch line. He's run it for years and knows everyone on his route. One afternoon, he was on his way to Elsbridge Station to pick up the school children and take them home. But when he stopped at the station, he saw the children were looking sad. "What's the matter?" the Tank Engine asked. "It's this year's summer school trip," said a girl. "We were going to a theme park in Barrow, but it's been cancelled. Teacher says the theme park has been closed down and the other parks are too far away for a day trip," said a schoolboy. "Please help us, Thomas," the children pleaded. "I'll see what I can do," replied Thomas kindly. For the rest of the day, Thomas tried to think of ways to help his friends. But there wasn't a theme park on his route that he could take the children to. Later, Thomas arrived at Knapford Station and found Gordon, Henry and James at the platform. He was about to tell them about the school children when Percy rushed in. "You're looking glum, little Percy. What's up?" asked Gordon. "The Fat Controller's told Driver that he's using Harold to show us Visitor the island instead of using any of us engines." "Despicable," said Gordon. "Disgusting," snorted Henry. "Engines are meant to take visitors around our island, not that whirly-birds thing," James exclaimed. Thomas decided not to say anything. He knew they'd never listen now. The next morning, Gordon saw Harold hovering above a field next to the main line. "Harold thinks he can go faster than me. I'll show him." Next, it was Henry's turn. He saw him flying above Henry's tunnel. "The Fat Controller has chosen Henry because he thinks he's more important than me," Henry thought to himself. "Well, he's not. Harold can't fly through tunnels." Later, Percy stopped by a signal on Thomas's branch line. Next to him was one of Farmer McColl's sheep fields. Harold hovered above the field for a while, then buzzed away. "I know what he's doing," said Percy. "He's counting sheep." And Percy puffed along, feeling much better about things. That evening, Gordon, Henry, Percy and Thomas were at the coaling plant, refilling their tenders and bunkers. They talked about the situation. "Harold wants to get rid of us," said Gordon. "He doesn't need tunnels," added Henry. "Don't worry, he's just counting sheep," said Percy. "Counting sheep? Pah!" snorted Gordon. "He's counting how many engines he can get rid of. He'll see how useful I am tomorrow." Thomas wanted to mention the children's school trip, but solving the mystery of Harold and the visitor came first. The next day, Gordon was asked to take a goods train. He usually hated this, but he knew he could race Harold and not put his passengers at risk. Soon Gordon and his crew saw Harold flying along the main line. "We'll show that whirly-bird just how fast you can go, Gordon," said his driver. Gordon agreed and sped up. The race was on. "If that puffball Percy can beat Harold in a race, I'll have no problem." They were so busy watching Harold that Gordon and his crew didn't see that they passed a red signal. Gordon was travelling to trouble. Ahead was Emily, waiting at a level crossing. She was taking a train of flour to Vickerstown. "Stop!" cried out Gordon. His driver reduced steam and braked hard, but it was too late. Gordon crashed into the back of Emily's train. The brake van was smashed to pieces, and Gordon and Emily were covered in flour. Gordon felt very foolish. Later, Basil and Harvey came with the breakdown train to clear away the mess, and Thomas came to shut the trucks away. Then Harold the helicopter landed in the field next to the main line. On board was the Fat Controller and the special visitor. Sir Topham Hatt spoke severely to Gordon and his driver about the accident. "Will Gordon be scrapped, sir?" asked Thomas. "What makes you think that?" said the Fat Controller. Thomas decided to pluck up courage. "Because the engines think the visitor is here to see if they can be replaced by Harold," he replied. The Fat Controller laughed. "Oh, well, the engines are one, and you shouldn't listen to rumours, Thomas. I'd like you to meet Mr. Jolly Roger. of Jolly and Sons, a company that specializes in fairground amusements and theme park rides. Theme parks? Wondered Thomas, remembering the children, and he explained what they told him. I see, said Mr. Jolly. I do own a theme park in Barrow, but a sinkhole appeared in the park, and I had to close it for everyone's safety. The Mayor of Sodor wants to bring more visitors to the island, and has granted me permission to relocate my park to Sodor. That's why Harold was asked to show him Sodor, explained Sir Topham Hatt. It was easier to find a suitable site from up in the air. And what's more, said Mr. Jolly, you can tell your school friends that as soon as the park is opened, they're all invited as my honoured guests. Thomas was so happy he couldn't wait to tell his friends. When they found out, they all cheered for the tank engine. Thomas was just pleased he was able to help after all. And what about Gordon? He was sent to the sheds and not allowed out until he was wanted. The other engines teased him for weeks. Looks like I'll be pulling the express again, teased James. Unless they like Gordon the White Engine to do it. Yeah, added Henry. By the way, Gordon, you never said. Was it plain or self-raising? Grumbled Gordon. Everyone's a comedian.